President accidentally saw his ex-girlfriend, whom he had broken up with 3 years ago, walking into his company holding a resume. Without caring about his mother's calls, he immediately rushed inside. Little did he know, as soon as he arrived at the company, the woman mistook him for another intern applying for a job. She even complained disdainfully, saying she couldn't believe she'd run into her ex here. But what the woman didn't know was, the president had only broken up with her because he had to go abroad for further studies. Now that he saw her again, he silently swore he would win her back. But when the woman heard that her competitors were all Ivy League graduates or had rich experience, she instantly lost her confidence. In order to pass the interview, the woman suddenly grabbed the president's hand and suggested they pretend to be interviewers together, then kick out all the other applicants. Faced with such an unreasonable request from the woman he loved, the helpless president had no choice but to agree. But the next second, the real interviewer walked in. Seeing the president, the interviewer cautiously asked why he had come to the interview in person. The woman looked at the president in confusion upon hearing this. Noticing this, the president quickly signaled the interviewer, canceled all his meetings, and asked him not to reveal his identity. Then he took the interviewer's badge and continued the act with the woman. Unexpectedly, the woman began kicking out each of the real applicants right in front of him. Watching all these capable people being dismissed, the president had to endure it. In the end, under the woman's manipulation, only she remained. Now, she could successfully get the job. But to her surprise, the furious president told her he was the actual interviewer all along. Realizing her mistake, the woman lowered her pride and asked for forgiveness for the sake of the job. Seeing no response from the president, she knelt down and acted cute. Moved, the president agreed to let her stay by his side as his assistant. The woman was unhappy to hear this, because she didn't want to be just an HR manager's assistant. But thinking about how hard it was to find a job, she reluctantly agreed. Then the president instructed the senior management to call him manager and assigned an assistant to take over his position, because this time he didn't want to miss her again. Unexpectedly, when he turned around, he saw the woman entangled with another man. That man turned out to be another ex-boyfriend of the woman, who came to harass her, demanding she hand over a former project. It turned out that she was not only his girlfriend before, but also worked for his company. She had discovered his betrayal by accident, and during a company meeting, played the cheating video in front of everyone. She even tore up a signed partnership contract with a major corporation right in front of him. This enraged the man, and he fired her on the spot. He even ordered all major companies not to hire her. Now that she had finally found a job, he came to harass her again, so she gave him a lesson. Just as the man was about to retaliate, the president arrived in time to stop him. When the man found out who the president really was, he misunderstood and thought the woman had been with the president all along. Hearing that, the woman pushed the president away in disgust. The two began to show mutual disdain, but the ex-boyfriend didn't care and directly threatened the woman, saying if she didn't hand over the project materials, he'd harass her every day. But just as he finished speaking, he was dragged away by the security guards. The woman then acted sweetly toward the president, saying she had a project in hand, so shouldn't she be allowed into the project department? But the president said he was just a low-level manager, without the authority to approve that. Just as the woman was about to leave, the president stopped her, saying he had a way to get her into the project department, but on the condition that she live with him. Upon hearing that, the woman immediately scolded him, calling him a pervert. But the next second, she was already working in the man's house as a housekeeper. Not only did she prepare a rich breakfast for him, she also called him out to eat. After she left, the president called his assistant and had her transferred to the project department, giving her full control over the resort project. The woman, unaware of all this, was still doing chores and errands as an intern at the company, while dealing with her difficult ex-boyfriend as a client. But soon, she received a call from the president's assistant, saying she was transferred to the project department and had become the final decision-maker for the resort project. Upon learning she had the power to decide who to work with, she was ecstatic and immediately decided to cancel the cooperation with her ex's company. The project department manager thought she was crazy, saying the project head would never let her off. In response, the woman confidently declared that she was the project head, but both her ex and the manager didn't believe her, even mocking her for daydreaming. Even the manager looked down on her, thinking she lacked professionalism, and tried to fire her on the spot. Under the manager's pressure, the woman had no choice but to pack up and prepare to leave, but her ex-boyfriend continued insulting her. When the woman tried to talk back, he nearly hit her. Fortunately, the president arrived in time and stopped him.